guys. You guys all know that I'm a baseball guy, but I'm going to talk about football again because actually I just don't like the NFL as an organization, but I'm not going to go over the top with it. But there's one good thing that I did take super notice of, and that was Tom Brady because I knew, well, I thought I knew, but anyway, I knew that that we're seeing pretty much the greatest player in NFL history, and it's going to pretty much last the rest of our lifetimes. So it's going to be pretty interesting that to watch what happens with him, and the fact that he's reached 7 Super Bowls right now is it's kind of insane. I didn't really think at first that this would happen, and it's not that I'm a doubter. It's just it's so improbable. And a couple things that are improbable is that he's literally having like 3 or 4 phases of his career. He had the part of his career where he went 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. Then he had a lull. Then he's won actually every other Super Bowl. Like he won 49, 51, 53, and 55. And even though I don't watch a lot of games, I do watch a couple Tom Brady games a year, and I watch the Super Bowl. And now it's kind of weird because he's creating, well, we don't know the future, but he's in the midst of creating a second or third dynasty, because the second dynasty would be the Patriots, 49, 51, 53. And now he, on paper, has the best team in the league. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see if he can create a third dynasty, which has never been done before. So, he's been part of 2, and now maybe a third, and then with 2 different teams. It's all this kind of groundbreaking stuff. And one thing I want to say is the fact that I really don't want to hear about Patrick Mahomes anymore or anything like that, because it's kind of sad, but Patrick Mahomes just got shellacked by a 43-year-old quarterback, another groundbreaker. 43-year-old quarterback wins the Super Bowl, never been done before. If you can't beat a 43-year-old and you're 25, that's gonna, I don't know how to even put it in words, but Tom Brady is in a rarefied air that he shouldn't even be at the Super Bowl at 43. He shouldn't even be playing at 43. He shouldn't be winning at 43. But if you're not getting the best version of Tom Brady, you're just not. You're getting the 43-year-old version, and you're still not good enough. So the argument is pretty much over. The reason that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won is the Chiefs got outsmarted. They straight up they weren't prepared enough. Tom Brady had his family move out of the house for 12 days so he could prepare. I think it's hilarious. So he was just more prepared than everybody else. So it's as simple as that. And he's able to analyze and know what he's seeing. And so basically, I think that a lot of things happened. That when you look at last year's Super Bowl, that the Chiefs were kind of exposed as being soft. And they were like, oh, they make all these excuses, talk about the drop passes, talk about I think it's called the tackles. And I looked at the game earlier in the year with the tackles, and those tackles couldn't contain the Buccaneers defense either. So I think it's just kind of excuses. And I don't think that's a good look to have excuses. Also, I thought this year that Tom Brady looked a little bit different. He looked like he was totally taking the bull by the horns without having Belichick around. No knock on Belichick, because if you look at Belichick, the I think, was it 2 of the 3 losses? No, all 3 of Tom Brady's Super Bowl losses came on like defensive blunders. So I could analyze it, but it would take a while. But let's put it this way: against the Eagles, I think it was Super Bowl 52 or 54 or something. Anyway, the Eagles scored like 40 points. Tom Brady had 505 yards. I think this is old news, but let's just give Belichick the credit he's due. But I do think that Tom Brady unleashed without Belichick is going to be a better version of himself in some ways. Let's see. I do think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if it's not once more, twice more, but I do think for sure once more they're going to be in the Super Bowl again, and probably will win it. So you could say my theory is that Tom Brady's going to have 8 rings and maybe 9. I just wanted to say that. Let's see here. I think I knew about one other thing I wanted to say here is I think I knew about 17 to 22 minutes into the game of the Super Bowl that Tampa Bay was going to win. You could just see who was the better team right away. It wasn't even close. I do think that it's kind of odd. I do think that Nick Wright on I can't remember the name of his show, but he's an announcer. He's ESPN's competitor. I think it's called like Just Cause or Just Take or something like that. He said that this is what he said. He said that Tom Brady is the greatest player of all time, except for LeBron James. That's pretty laughable. I do think that Tom Brady's skill set is his ability to be an intellectual and analyze and know what he's seeing and know the future of teams and be able to make moves and adjustments. And I think that's the reason he left the Patriots, is because he could see their impending doom. And the fact that he's taken a pay cut and built around him and people want to play with him. But his ability deep down to be able to analyze clearly a team's depth chart. Let's see also. He was also first to win a home game in the Super Bowl, first to go to overtime, first to win at 43 years old. There's a lot of sour people out there, and I wanted to address that for a second. And what I mean by sour people is the fact that, when Deflategate happened, or the buzzer happened, all the trolls come out, and the internet is not real, but the internet has a way of making hate comments kind of propagate or seem enlarged in a way. And so I don't really think it should be listened to too much, but the haters did come out when Deflategate happened. And it's not like he put like a remote control heat-seeking missile inside that ball. They're talking about like a little bit of poundage or whatever it's called, inflation. So I thought that was a non-issue. But the one thing I find funny is that he silenced the critics. And what I mean by that, he silenced the critics, is nobody's saying anything right now. In fact, I was looking at Russell Wilson, and you don't see Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes ever saying nowadays they're going to be the greatest of all time, because they know they're not. And that's just simple facts. In fact, I found it odd when Russell Wilson tried to be part of the media after the Super Bowl and make all this hype that he's leaving, what's Seattle's team's called? Anyway, when he's leaving Seattle. And to tell you the truth, he's probably not leaving. It's all just rumor, and he just wanted to be part of the news. But one thing I saw about him is, in his eyes, he looks jealous. And what you need to do is take a pay cut and get a couple of linemen or pieces around you. But until that happens, they're going to be a lopsided team. It's really hard for me to like the NFL after the kneeling and the refs, the umpires, all that stuff. It's really hard for me to like the NFL. So they're really lucky that they have Tom Brady. A lot of people are going to miss him when he leaves. Let's see. 22-point win. Chiefs never scored. Chiefs never scored a touchdown. Came close, but they never scored a touchdown. And Tampa Bay scored 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. We're talking about Super Bowl 55. And I can't say enough about Tom Brady, but he's definitely intelligent. And he's definitely has a winning mentality. And I understand, certain people aren't physically capable of that, but the oh, woe is me mentality and not go out there and try to get something done is quite pathetic. And so I like that, people even complained that he won the Super Bowl in Black History Month in February, which I thought was odd. But I really like that, going back to the point, I really like that he won't apologize for his success. And he's just such a winner, and I could go on and on and on about him, but I think I made enough points for now. And but I think my main point was that if you can't beat Tom in his latest version, and he's reinvented himself 2-3 times now, I do think that, to tell you the truth, he's just the greatest player of all time. By far, by far. And the argument is over. Anyway, take care. That's my video, and push like.